excited. I'm here with my middle child, Riley.
Hi.
And we are going to take you through the process of starting from scratch and making my abuelita's frijoles, or beans that she used to make for me that we had all of the time with literally every single meal. Please hang out for the very end. I will be talking about relevant real estate market 2022 projections and things like that as well. I'm excited and we are going to get going. So first of all, make sure you have a nice pot with a perfect fitting lid. So Rye's going to get us going. You will receive one of these beautiful mason jars. It'll be full of beans. All right, now that the beans are in there, I'm gonna have Riley fill up 2 of these mason jars full, so you have a 2-to-1 ratio of beans to water. Or you can use broth, any broth that you prefer. I lean vegetable broth because I also lean vegan in my life and my diet. But you can use chicken broth or beef broth. They'll just add additional flavor to the beans. Perfect. All right, so we have the beans in the water. No heat's turned on yet. We're gonna add a couple more ingredients. These are optional. I like to add some veggies to it. These just add additional flavor, and literally you're just cutting off the backs, and you can insert them whole because they will become sort of mushy. And you can either take them out at the end, or you can add, you can just mush them if you decide to refry your beans and mash them up. So adding in the carrots, and then we'll add in an onion. And you can feel free to add garlic, shallot, anything like that that will just kind of absorb flavor. Is great, honestly. All right, next we are going to be adding the spices, which will generate the flavor for us. All of these spices, you'll have a special little package of pre-measured spice blend that will be included with your mason jar of beans. And in here we have the chili powder, and I usually, for this amount of beans, I use about 1/4 cup. And I like to add a little extra granulated garlic. There is some granulated garlic in this chili powder mix, but I like to add a little bit of extra. And then just a touch of Italian seasoning, because I like that herbaceous flavor that develops at the very end. It's kind of a subtle flavor that you get. And of course, we will be adding salt. Something that my mother always told me was that you can always add salt later, but you can never take it away. So don't be crazy with the amount of salt that you add in up front, because you can always add it in later. So I'm gonna add the spices in. Again, these will all be pre-measured for you. In true Buela fashion, I'm not gonna measure anything. I'm gonna add in chili powder, granulated garlic, Italian seasoning, salt. So we will stir this in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this up to high, and we want it to boil. And once it boils, we are gonna throw a lid on top of it, and then we will let it simmer and do its beautiful magic. All right, now our beans are at a rolling boil. We had them on high, and really this is all we'll do. We'll turn them down to low, cap them, and then they just get to be in there and be really happy. Kind of watch your water level. Sometimes the water can evaporate out, and the beans will expand as they take on the liquid. So we want to make sure that that there's just a little bit of water over the top of them at all times. These will go for around 2 hours, maybe more, maybe less, kind of just depending on what your cooking setup is. And the way you'll know a bean is done is you pull out, it really just has the texture of the bean. It's mushy, you can squeeze it all the way through. Once that happens, then that's really it. They've taken on the flavor and all the love has been absorbed into them. All right, let's talk 2022 in the real estate market and what we can kind of look forward to and what the experts are projecting. Currently, rates are hovering at 3.1%. They are projected to rise. However, I'm not overly concerned that that's gonna deter people from performing in the market. The projection is maybe up to 4%. You know, again, that's not an insane rate. It's still fairly cheap money. Buyer demand remains very strong. There are more buyers in the market than there are homes for sale, and we will see that trend continue, I believe. On average, over the course of 2021, homes gained $50,000 worth of equity, which was about, I believe, a 17% jump regarding appreciation. The projection for 2022 is that we will be closer to like 5 or 6%, which you don't have to worry about percentages. All that really means is that you're not going to be worried about buying at the peak and worrying about the market falling out from underneath it. Based on what they're saying, please don't hold me to that. It will be a fantastic seller's market because, again, there are less houses on the market than there are buyers. There should still be high demand and I would imagine competing offers. But with that said, it is also going to be a great market for buyers to participate in due to the fact that they are still projecting appreciation to happen all the way through the end of this year. If you have any more questions or you want to geek out about the market, I am very accessible. Please reach out to me anytime and we can totally do that and get you ready for 2022. Thank you so much for joining Riley and myself, and I hope that you have a happy new year, and I look forward to hopefully hearing from you or seeing you soon.